Guys, we all know that there is no such thing as getting rich quick. I mean, you can't go from zero to making $1 million in a week. But when it comes to copywriting, you absolutely can go from zero to 10K in as little as 90 days. Now, while it took me around 8 to 9 months to really do it, there were a few things that I did that actually slowed down my progress. And one of my students, Zenos, was actually able to make it happen in around 60 days himself. So with all of my previously learned lessons and also Zenos's lessons as well, in this video, I have distilled how to actually speedrun from 0 to 10K a month in only 5 quick steps. Now guys, in this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys more of lifestyle steps. If you wanna know the actual nitty gritty on how to get started with copywriting and how to actually go from 0 to 10K, well, that video is actually up on my channel. I have a complete full course on how to do that, and it's actually my most viewed video. So people have actually gotten a lot of value out of it. So again, if you want the more step-by-step process, the more nitty gritty on how to actually write copy and how to go about it, then that video is there on my channel. It will be the first link in the description. But if you want to really speed run from 0 to 10K, I have to warn you, okay? I have to give you this disclaimer. This journey is not for the weak. You will have to work very hard and you will have to make some sacrifices, but yes, it is possible. So buckle up because I'm about to show you the 5 steps to speedrunning from 0 to 10K a month with copywriting as fast as possible. Let's get right into it. So rule number 1, when you're trying to speed run from 0 to 10K a month with copywriting, you're going to have to starve yourself. Not of food necessarily, but of crap. See, what a lot of people do is take the vices that they have in their life and keep them and hold on to them and just indulge in them in moderation. But let me tell you that this definitely doesn't work, especially when you're trying to speed run from 0 to 10K a month. I'm talking you can't even go on Netflix once in a month, because here's the problem with that. When you say, okay, I'm gonna just do Netflix once in a month, what actually ends up happening? You go ahead and binge watch Netflix just that one time a month, and you say, okay, well, maybe just one more time tomorrow. I mean, 2 times in a month, 1 time in a month, what's the big deal? And then you end up sitting there watching Netflix when you should be watching some copywriting content like the stuff on here on Tyson 4D channel, but instead you're actually wasting your time. So guys, when it comes to vices, and I'm talking about things that you just know aren't moving you any closer to your goals, you have to cut them out ruthlessly. You can't even have them in there in moderation. And guys, I get it. It's going to be hard, and it was very, very hard for me. One of my most pressing vices was going downtown. I would want to go downtown every single weekend. I'm talking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Go down to the clubs, drink with my friends, hang out with the homies, chase some skirts, doing all of this. And I really did. I tried to fit it in with my copywriting journey, but it caused so much friction. It messed up my whole sleep schedule. It messed up my whole discipline. It made me feel bloated. I had brain fog all day. It really just didn't work until I decided to come completely clean. No more downtown, no more drinking, no more partying. And guys, I can't even tell you the complete 180 that it did in my whole life. Not only was I able to be successful in copywriting, I went ahead and started my very own business, and now I'm able to live exactly how I want. I got the car I want, I got the truck I want, I got the place that I want. I'm able to do anything I want now because I was able to make that one sacrifice. So yes, I get it. Making that sacrifice is going to hurt you a little bit in the beginning, but just stick with it because I can promise you, I am proof that it is 1000% worth it. The number 2 thing you're gonna wanna do if you're going to be speed running from 0 to 10K is you are going to want to work every single waking minute. And guys, I get that. I get it. People tell me all the time, especially on the video that I recently uploaded where I said you should be working at least 80 hours a week. You see, that video was very telling because one of the most common comments I had on that video was, well, I don't want to work my whole life away. Life is more than just work. I want to have fun. And look, I get that. But if you want to speed run from 0 to 10K a month, you are going to have to work every single waking minute, and that's okay. The reason why that's okay is because it's not forever. You put in the work now, and you can actually enjoy your off time. You can actually enjoy your relaxation. And guys, people will always warn you, well, what about burnout? What about burnout? Guys, burnout doesn't come from work. Burnout comes from stress. Okay, so you can do all of this work. You work basically 24 hours a day, but as long as you don't put yourself under unnecessary stress, you will be fine. I promise you. And I've done it before. But when I say you should be working every single minute, it really does mean you should be working every single minute. But what does it not mean? Well, it doesn't mean that you should be outreaching every single minute of the day. It doesn't mean that you should be writing copy every single minute of the day. It means every single minute of the day should be accounted for. For example, when do you go to your day job? When do you go to your 9 to 5? You come back. How much outreach do you do? How much copywriting do you do? How much practice do you do? How much studying do you do? Every minute of your day should be scheduled down to the very second. Guys, if you want to maximize your time, this is what speed running is all about. It's about time. If you want that result as fast as possible, you need to be working every single minute of the day, and you need to have a plan. You need to have it scheduled. Guys, one of the worst things you can introduce into your speed run is what I like to call decision fatigue. Decision fatigue basically happens when you're sitting there trying to think of, well, what should I do next? Well, how many hours of outreach should I do? How many hours of copywriting? What should I do? Guys, this is the worst thing that you can do when you are speed running, because not only does it take up unnecessary precious time, but it also takes up your precious mental capacity. It is completely mentally exhausting sitting there trying to think of what to do next, how much of it should you do? And you just get so much easier distracted. You just get so much easier distracted that way. And that's not what you're going to want to have in your life or your speed run. Guys, the next thing you're going to want to incorporate into your life so that you can have a successful 0 to 10K a month speed run with copywriting is that you have to develop a robotic mind. Guys, listen up closely. You do not have the luxury to get depressed or to get discouraged on your speed run to 10K a month. You simply don't. If you get rejected, if you lose out on a big opportunity or a big deal, you have to just keep going. You have to put your head down and keep going no matter what, because once you get discouraged, you start wasting time. You stop putting in as much effort, and that is something that you have to avoid at all costs. You have to develop a robotic mind. And a great lesson I've learned on my copywriting journey is to take stoicism into account. So guys, when it comes to stoicism and developing a robotic mind, one quote that I always hold near and dear to my heart is that a wise man feels his pain. He endures it, but he does not add to it. One of the worst things you can do when something awful happens to you during your copywriting journey is to sit there and dwell on it. Oh, well, it could have been such a big opportunity for me. Why did he have to go and say that? Why did he have to be mean? That hurt my feelings. Now I don't know if I'm good enough. Guys, you do not have the luxury to sit there and whine or complain or think about it or dwell on it. You have to take it, internalize it. Damn, that sucked. Next, what's next? You gotta go to whatever is next. You can't even let stuff like that slow you down, because in the grand scheme of things, in 90 days from now, when you look back, when you're making 10K a month now, when you look back, will it really matter? Answer's definitely no. So guys, just take it in stride. Just keep going. Take the hits on the chin and just continue with your speed run, man. And another great principle to use in your 10K a month speed run is the sink or swim strategy. Guys, one of the biggest factors when it comes to your speed run is putting yourself in a sink or swim situation. Now, this can be a real sink or swim situation or a simulated sink or swim situation. Now, let me explain the difference between the two. So for me, for example, when I started my copywriting journey, I was behind on bills. I was in debt. I owed people money. I was literally spending more money than I was making every single month. Needless to say that this had to work. It had to work, otherwise I don't even know. Maybe I'd be living in a box right now. It just had to, okay? So having this sink or swim, back against the wall, between a rock and a hard place mentality, this is what motivated me like nothing else, because failure just simply was not an option. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this before, but I experienced it many times within my copywriting journey when I put myself in this situation. You see, a bill would come up or something would just have to be paid. It would just have to. And something would happen where I would figure out a way, whether it be I just get a copywriting client or I work a couple more hours at my job, something would happen where I would figure out how to make it work, no matter what. And now look, this is not financial advice, but I put myself in a sink or swim situation even today. And how I do that is by using auto deposit on my bank account. So every single week, my bank auto deposits $5,000 into my investment account, meaning that if I want to actually grow my bank account, I'm gonna have to work very, very, very hard to make sure that I can do that. So whether you're going to simulate it or have a real life sink or swim situation, this is one way that you can greatly increase the speed of which you will hit 10K a month with copywriting. And the next and possibly most important principle when it comes to your 10K a month speed run is that, guys, to speed run to 10K a month, it is completely pay to win. This game is pay to win, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But you either pay in time or you pay in money. And as we have discussed, this is a speed run, baby. You do not have time to pay. So most likely you are going to have to pay money. And I get it. Maybe you don't have a whole bunch of money, but that didn't stop me. You see, I would invest in copywriting coaching, in courses and programs and everything, even when I didn't have enough money to really afford it. I would take out a credit card, I would take out a loan, I would do anything, okay? And this also contributed to my sink or swim situation. But, okay, I urge you that if you're really trying to speedrun, if you really are, chances are you're gonna have to pay or invest in yourself to actually take that time and compress it in the smallest amount of time possible if you want to speed run to 10K a month. And guys, maybe you don't want to start your speed run to 10K a month right now, right this second. And man, and that's okay. You see, it's probably better that you get the basics under your belt first, and then you can start speed running. Now, if you want to master the basics, what I recommend is you go on the video on screen right now and click on that. That is my free 2.5 hour copywriting course that will show you exactly how to go from 0 to 10K a month. And that combined with this video will give you everything you need to speedrun to that sweet 10K a month with copywriting as soon as possible in as little as 90 days. Guys, that is it for now. And of course, I will see you later. Peace.